He lost his woman, not to another man, not to a scam, but by something that he did to himself over a period of about 2 years and didn't realize it until it was already too late. True story. I've known at least 4 guys over here, different budgets, different backgrounds, different ages, same result, only they didn't notice there was something wrong until she was already gone. So here's the guy. He comes over here for his retirement. He gets his visa sorted. He gets his place sorted. He finds his woman, and everything is just hunky-dory for the first year. And then slowly, not overnight, the relationship begins to erode. She mentally begins to check out. And he didn't lose her to someone else or to something else. He lost her because of himself. So one of the common themes that I see with these gentlemen is what I like to call this guy is the born-again complainer. And his job is to spread the word of negativity. No matter where he goes, it's wrong, it's never right, and he's unhappy. I believe in my heart of hearts that these guys are not like that in the beginning of the relationship. They're putting on that false front so that they can impress. They know deep down inside how they are, and so they stuff it down and they hide it. And then once the hook is set and everybody's moved in and we're a couple now, oh boy, here it comes. He releases the monster within. I have sat across from a guy, number of guys, that have been at a restaurant with me and my wife and him and his girl or wife and ordered some food. And he'll make a special request on his food. That always seems to be his MO. They're kind of mama's boys, my humble opinion, but I digress. Anyway, he orders his food, and let's keep it simple. He orders a cheeseburger, and he specifically requests no tomatoes on my cheeseburger. Well, they bring the cheeseburger and everybody else's food, and what do you know his cheeseburger's got on it? A tomato. Now, a normal person, I like to think of myself as halfway normal, and others too, just like you. What do? We pick up the bun, we pick up the tomato, we put it on the side of the plate, we put it down, and we move on because the conversation and the camaraderie is much more important than anything else. Well, guess what? The conversation and the camaraderie comes to a grinding halt because he needs to get the server to come over and look at this burger. I specifically told you no tomato. And the server is now being publicly humiliated, which is a major no-no in the Philippines, to publicly lambaste some poor soul that's working for minimum wage over here in the Philippines, doing his best or her best, and over something so trivial. I understand it if the meat's not cooked. I understand it if it's got a hair in it. You might want to say, yo, dude, take this back. I'm not eating that. In fact, I don't even want to eat it all now that I've seen that. I understand it. But this guy had a simple problem with a simple fix and turns it into a major issue. I have watched the eyes of these women that are with these guys. And as he's going off and demanding to see the manager now, standing up in the middle of the restaurant, true story, I saw their eyes just rolling in their head. Like, here we go again. And I know she wants to sink into the floor and disappear. And the reason I know that is he's making such a ruckus. And I'm associated with him just as a guy having lunch. not his lifelong partner. I want to sink into the floor with her. Brutal. There's only so much that someone can put up with that kind of behavior. And picture this, it's not just the restaurant. What do you think the conversation is going to be when they get in the car and he hits traffic and he gets home and there's a brownout at the house? Oh, it's just going to be nonstop negativity. No one can put up with that. And before he realizes it, she's out of there. Another common thread that is prevalent amongst some guys that lose the woman is their failure to really adapt to the culture out here. This was a hard pill for me to swallow at times because part of my nature is to be sarcastic. And that's kind of how I package my humor when I think I'm being funny, is I'll say something sarcastic. And an American will pick up on it as a joke. A Filipina or a Filipino will pick up on it as a literal meaning. Whew. Boy, I have cut my wife up 2 or 3 times without meaning to do it at all, until it was explained to me, and I finally grasped the notion that that's just something I'm going to have to let go of. I can't do it. I can do it with my buddies all day long. That's fine enough. That's good enough for me. But with her, no, 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 no. And it goes further beyond just sarcasm. There's just an overall put-down attitude that some guys acquire or have always had in their nature, where they view people and they don't respect them. We talk about what's more important. Would you rather be loved or would you rather be respected? I'd be curious to hear your answer on that in the comments section. So I firmly believe is that if I'm respected, then I'm open to love. If I'm loved but disrespected, the love goes away. And if you disrespect your woman enough, she too is going to eventually go away. And the third and final observation that I'll make in this video is what I call the slob. Again, guilty. I think my biggest crime is that I go 3 or 4 days without shaving. And it's not a big deal. My wife doesn't complain about it, but in my heart of hearts, I know she doesn't like it. And so I put forth the effort every day to shower, shave, put on deodorant, put on a fresh shirt. And to me, that's just normal. You would be surprised at how many guys are out here that literally wear the same shirt for 2 or 3 days in a row. They put it on Tuesday. They sleep in it Tuesday night. They go out on Wednesday. They sleep in it on Wednesday night. They get up on Thursday, and maybe, just maybe, they take the shirt off. And did you notice, since they didn't take the shirt off, they didn't take a shower, much less shave or comb their hair. I don't know if they brush their teeth, I suppose so. But one of the most frequent comments that I used to get when I first met my wife and other women was they would come over and give me a hug. And they would say, "Oh my God, you smell so good. What, are you wearing cologne?" And I go, "Yeah, it's roll-on deodorant with a scent." Because they have been with these guys that, Filipino men, God love them, they work out all day in the hot sun, they drive a trike, and they get a little ripe, I imagine, when they come home. Do they shower and shave and all that good stuff? I'm sure they do. But on the expats have no excuse. These guys are retired. They have a budget to live on. It's not like they can't afford the hot water, and yet they seem to be adverse to it. So these women, over time, they've probably figured when they first meet them, I'll fix him up. I'll correct him. I'll, you know, change the man. Woman's duty, right? First meet you and then change you. Anyway, I digress again. They can't get it through their heads. Honey, you know what? Would you mind taking a shower? Or here, I've got a fresh shirt for you. You know that my wife does that every night that we come home before I say anything? She just comes out after a day out in the sun and hands me a big, funky, comfortable shirt, like a nightshirt almost. It's 2 sizes too big for me now. And she goes, here you go. And I'll take mine off, and she gives it to me. Problem solved. Number one, she showed this wonderful kindness towards me, where she was kind of, you know, taking care of me. But there was a reward at the end of it for her too, because I was out of that hot, sweaty shirt, and she wasn't going to have to put up with it, and she was able to fix the problem without saying anything. Speaking of saying anything, if you've managed to stay with me this long in the video, I would appreciate it if you'd just leave me a comment and drop me a line as to what you think. If you think I'm full of shit, don't be afraid to say so. Or if you'd like to change it around a little bit and say something nice, we'll take that too. I look forward to meeting up with you guys again in the next video.